Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester Chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is DG Chichester, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Be good, kids, or the devil says you'll burn. Anyway, on that train up, welcome back to another episode of The Devil You Know, the Daredevil Podcast. Upcoming star of many TV shows. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, another devil in the Hell's Kitchen of Florida. It is.
Well, Hellfire, duh. Making my way downtown.
Because I think it was manwithoutfear.com. I saw, he already has like the things up there. It's like, what shows is Daredevil appearing in? She-Hulk, Echo, Daredevil Born Again. So yes, our boys are going to be all over the place.
Good for Charlie Cox.
I was gonna say, is Echo next year? So I mean, he might be making an appearance somewhere every, this year, next year, and then of course 2024 is that Daredevil series.
I do look forward to discussing the Daredevil guest appearance on She-Hulk. So there's that. What a good lawyer looks like, or what a bad lawyer looks like.
Oh my god.
The answer is good lawyers have boobs. Daredevil could agree with that probably.
But good, everything has boobs in his estimation.
Well, I don't know why he's not with Kingpin then. Hey-oh!
Whoa!
Sorry, don't mean to be like Russell.
I was gonna say, who are you, Russell?
Harping on the milk jugs.
Gotta rub that one in.
Please don't.
Hey-oh! Oh, jeez.
Well, that escalated quickly.
The host of Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is, Justin and that other guy.
That other guy. That's what happens when you don't rustle up feedback. You get erased.
Seriously, Justin's going to be helping us out all over in September. Meanwhile, Russell can't pull himself away from that other maniac.
Booty looks good all the time.
How would you know, Matt? You can't see.
Something tells me I'm right about that.
What?
His penis.
What?
His heat-seeking missile.
Hey-oh! I told you, man. Daredevil sees when he needs to see.
Exactly.
All right, so before we get to the new anniversary issue, shall we get into this two-parter by our good friend, Mr. DG Chichester?
Hot flashes.
I know, the minute you see that title, I'm like knowing him now, that is, that's the first thing he came up with. Hey, fire. Oh, hot flashes.
I mean, I like the cover Into the Fire better, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that first cover. I like that first cover.
Yeah. Now that's like the personification of like who Daredevil is.
Oh yeah, just leaping in.
No cares, no worries. Just gonna take my anger out aggressively.
Well, no, that's what I said. That's what I like about DG's run. It's you can get issues like this where there's really not even like a super villain. It's just like Matt, like.
And his inner demons, yeah.
Matt caring for the people of New York City.
His inner demons. This is like when the guilt kicks in. Man, I'm a lawyer, but I'm a vigilante. Let me go do something nice. That's how I take it. And, I asked DG about it.
That's right, kids, because we'll be talking to him about this in September.
Yeah, this is our prep.
Exactly.
So we get all our stupid theories out so we don't embarrass ourselves.
The Devil You Know.
Nobody told DG.
The Devil You Know, episode 44. Phil and Lil's show notes. No prep. All right. See, I'm not even making you do prep on vacation. You're welcome.
Well, I know this story. Well, I know this particular run pretty well, so.
Yeah, so do I.
But never hurts to go over it with a fresh eye.
Exactly.
Sober.
But yes, like we said, Mr. D.G. Chichester wrote these. Scott McDaniel, penciler, inker, Bud LaRosa, colorist, Max
I wonder
Sheely.
if he's related to Sam. No, that's Della Rosa. Never mind. That's stupid.
Letterer Bill Oakley, and editors Ralph Macchio and Pat Gari.
Ralph Macchio.
Hiya.
Oh, Philip.
What? So, yes, this one opens up with a fire at a pizzeria.
Someone say there's a bun in the oven. Never mind.
I thought you were going to make the joke.
Seinfeld.
No. Well, DG even makes the joke in this. It's like, oh, the pizza's so hot, it takes the roof off your mouth. But yeah, there's a fire at this pizzeria. Daredevil comes swooping in. Here's 2 heartbeats. There's 2 teenagers in this bathroom, but only the girl is alive. So he gets her out. Oh, look at this. Again, these weren't on Marvel. These were not on Marvel Unlimited. So
really,
yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been Will who was saying I don't know if it's just a theory, but I mean, it sounds good to me. It's like, how they probably pick and choose what goes on the app first, if it was collected in like some kind of trade or something.
That makes the most sense.
Because
honestly, I think it's just arbitrary.
Maybe, because I know like the Chichester run, like it goes to 300, the end of the Fall of Kingpin, and then I think the next issue isn't until 319, the first part of Fall from Grace.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that little gap, do you really need it?
I do. I mean, all the Chichester stuff is
I'm just saying that's what Marvel's like, I guess we don't need it.
It just seems so random and arbitrary.
It's arbitrary. Like, honestly, I just think it's whenever the interns get around to it, because they're doing it for free. So,
I guess.
No, honestly, that's what it feels like, especially on DC side. It's so random.
But I'm looking at these original issues. I see this 2-page ad for the Sega Genesis, the Ninja Turtles game, Lilith Hellfire.
I own it.
I'm sure you do.
It's collecting dust somewhere, I'm sure.
Speaking of people who have their origins tied to Daredevils.
I know.
Oh, did you see that link I sent you? I guess Walmart's selling those turtle packs. It's like comics, and then there's like a figure in each one.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lil's like, they're on the way.
Actually, no, it's of low quality.
Mm.
There are some pretty cool crossover Funkos coming out though. So.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Is that those Power Ranger Ninja Turtle ones? Yeah.
No, those I'm excited for.
I knew it. But
I'm excited. I'm more excited for Daredevil merch. Honestly, like it's so hard. Like actual official Daredevil merch is so hard to find. Like everything I have is from like Etsy or like I have a couple Funko Pops, but that's about it.
I mean, over the years, they've done stuff here and there, but
it's very sporadic.
Yeah.
Even when that show was out, it was. You found more Punisher stuff than you did Daredevil stuff.
Exactly.
And I definitely need some Elektra merch as well. So
get some more yellow suit. Daredevil.
No. No.
I know Charlie Esser was arguing with someone whether that was black or red.
It's okay to be well, no, it's red, green, blue color blindness, right? Yeah. No, red, blue, green. Yeah, red, blue, green.
How badly does alcohol poisoning kill your retinas? Anyway.
Well, to be fair, he's like still in that generation where there was lead paint everywhere. So are you, bud. Sorry to.
There was what?
Lead paint everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yes, but
I'm asbestos in your schools. So.
Yes, but I'm not living in an 8x10 cell either.
Touche.
Tristan, get some more chips off the wall. I got the dip. So yeah, Daredevil gets this girl out of the burning pizzeria. We see.
He's like, "Oh, you're underage. Clearly, I'm not Hal Jordan. I'll move along."
Oh!
Nobody tell
Oh, yeah, that's
Will.
well
Sorry,
true.
I'm just in a feisty mood today.
What?
I'm just in a feisty mood today. Don't mind me.
I couldn't tell. Yeah, we start getting our list of suspects here.
Who done it? Who done it?
That's right. That's what I love. And again, it's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Almost like he should be in black, but that's none of my business.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. This is some of the stuff we should be getting for Batman too. Just mystery, urban mysteries, and
what's weird is they do that in the offshoot books, but hardly ever in the main books, which is weird because it's like Detective Comics. Wonder what's missing in Detective Comics.
I don't know if they think like. Well,
I feel
again,
like every big arc should be like a mystery to solve. Like, is it just me? I mean, people
Most of
love
them.
Batman and Scooby Doo team up for a reason. They're solving mysteries, bro.
do they again? You always say it's like, do they think the audience is stupid? Do they think
Like,
it's
what was that? Batman's Grave or whatever. That was a really good book.
yeah? And again, it's like if you're gonna give me like 6-part arcs, how if you're gonna drag out some stories, how
Mystery
about
makes sense if you need to drag an arc out. Hello?
make it a mystery? Give us clues.
I don't think people know how to write mysteries anymore, though. I've been watching TV lately, and I just feel like no, they don't. So if you can't do it, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, Detective Comics, and there's no detective work. Just something to think about.
Yeah, pretty much every SVU anymore. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
The guest star? No way!
Or I'm like, who have we seen on screen already? Must be that guy.
Although, to be fair, after 20 years, the formula gets pretty well-worn.
That's true. It's like, they seem to have caught the guy after the first 10 minutes. He can't be him.
Well, yeah, 2009, 2018. Yeah.
But Video Vincenzo.
And worst of all, Video Vincenzo. Oh, I'm going to roast him for that. I'm like, so you're in your Stan Lee bag with that one, huh, bud?
Oh, my. Oh, was this based on some guy from film school?
Oh, my God. I bet you it was.
And then Charlie Garzon.
Hey, man, they got somebody with the last name Rizzo. That's okay with me.
I know. I love he's gonna attack these firemen because
wait. Worst of all, Annie Antonelli. Wait, there was somebody worse.
But I just love when Charlie's about to attack those firemen and Daredevil just catches the axe. He's like, let them do their job.
E2, Brutus, E2. Why don't you let the police do their job, bud? How about you go back and actually help some clients in the freaking lawyer field?
A lot of the time, I get you, but I mean, at least this time he's saving some cops or firemen from rushing into that burning building.
Let them do their job. It's what they're trained for. Is that suit even fire resistant? Retardant? Or whatever they call it? You know what I'm talking about?
I know, but some of those guys might have families. Who does Matt have?
He has us. We're his family.
I know. And I'm sure you appreciated this point most of all, Lilith Hellfire. Thank God the guard dog wasn't on duty tonight.
Exactly. Listen, I told you I had to stop watching Sandman. They killed 2 precious little animals. No! You can't do that in 2 episodes back to back. No, I'm not going to keep watching it. I finished it eventually, but still.
I saw. Did you watch the 2 bonus episodes?
Extra,
yeah.
Did you watch it?
No. One day
I think you'd like it if you ever read any of the comic book or you like Lucifer.
That's probably why it's not high on my list because I never really read any of the comics.
Well, yeah, Neil Gaiman is an acquired taste. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
if you don't smoke doobies or do ayahuasca, it's probably not. I'm just gonna be real.
Okay, I was gonna say I want to try him one day, but
though.
Yeah,
But you have to, it's like, you have to like drill down, you have to like carve out a whole weekend. And then there's all these other little offshoots that you might get interested. You can fall down a rabbit hole with it. I will tell you that. So be careful.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just need time. Like I said, I think tomorrow my Savage She-Hulk omnibus comes that I got on sale.
Ooh. As you know, I've broken up with Amazon, so I'm jealous.
What?
I broke up with
yeah.
Amazon and eBay and
But again,
Walmart.
like I said, I've only seen it full price in the stores, so it's like Amazon when it was like $62. Like, oh yeah.
No, that's why I'm so jealous. I'm like, ooh. I have to buy my Funkos at double the price now.
oh, because of your move.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Now you know Ray's pain.
Nah, I mean it's not that bad.
No, but
I'm still in the NAFTA agreement. In the NAFTA agreement.
I mean paying extra.
Actually, I'll probably end up paying less if it's in pesos. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I just mean Amazon usually has like Funkos for like $4.99, $5.99. In the store, it's like $12.99, bare minimum. So.
But again, yeah, I mean, I think I've said this to DG before, but this makes sense to me. Like Daredevil trying to put clues together and stuff with those hyper senses.
Well, yeah. I mean, actually, detective work should be a little easier for him. But also, people like to pretend like he's a dumb guy because he acts like a dumb guy. I like when he gets to be smart. Because, I mean, originally, he was a gifted lawyer, like, in school, so.
Well, again, I think writers have you know, at
We've
some
lost
point
that to history, yes.
Well, they started to confuse, you know, like, you know, he had like his Bruce Wayne persona, except, you know, it's like, oh, hey, it's the clueless blind guy, and at some point,
and honestly, that's kind of a detriment to blind people because every single blind person that I've ever met or deaf person are overly capable, bro.
Oh yeah, but
capable,
that was just to protect the secret identity, and at some point, some writers just got, I don't want to say confused, but they just basically confused the trope with, oh hey, this is reality, and it's like, no.
Yes. I would love it though if he just tried to give it a go at actually being a good lawyer. I want to see what that looks like. We've never tried that yet. I'm just being a good lawyer, maybe hanging up the old billy clubs for just like an arc.
I don't know. In the early days, he could do it all, you know, but
well, he couldn't though.
Yeah.
He thought he could, but no. We as an audience saw that he couldn't.
Well, he would swoop in and win the case, but meanwhile, it's like Foggy did all the legwork, and you know,
of course,
or you know, whoever was running that office, yeah.
That's what I mean, though. Like, actually try, not swoop in and glide off of people's work. Like, actually do the work.
Exactly.
That's all. I would love to see Daredevil be akin to She-Hulk with an attorney at law kind of vibe. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, instead of Born Again,
which is why I like the movie with Ben Affleck and Jon Favreau. There, I said
it. Instead of Born Again, it should have been Daredevil attorney at law.
No. Let's not get crazy. Daredevil Esquire.
Nelson and Murdoch.
I mean, honestly, you never go wrong with the lawyer drama.
Oh yeah.
Any network gets in trouble, you're either gonna have your propaganda drama, or you're gonna have a lawyer drama, or you're gonna have a medical drama. Those are like the three surefire procedurals that will get you an audience. That's all that I'm saying.
And again, I don't know what they're doing with that Daredevil the new series, but it's like, again, yeah, you could do a procedural, you could do the legal stuff, you know.
I mean, honestly,
bring those old people.
No shade to Charlie Cox or whatever. I liked all the peripheral characters more than I like Daredevil, which is kind of the opposite of the comic book. I hate all the peripheral characters outside of Foggy. So
yeah, but I don't know. I think the Netflix series was good, but I don't think they gave him everything they
do
could.
What they needed to do because of the parameters that Marvel set.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why were we spinning our wheels for the first 16 episodes of first season? That's unheard of, you know? Because we have to... Well, I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not worshiping at the House of Mouse here, but I'm saying like it's very much the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. factor where they couldn't do because they were so busy with the movies. There was all these restrictions and nobody really wanted to acknowledge it. So,
well, that's why I'm excited for Born Again.
Yes,
you know,
they're literally telling us, "Hey guys, we're making it up to you. This is official Tishel. We're all in. Welcome back."
Everything's open. Nothing. Hey,
Yeah, nothing's off limits. Although maybe Kingpin in the Hawaiian shirt we don't mention again. Maybe.
although, did you see that? Supposedly they had some picture and he was in the white suit.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah.
Got his ass kicked in prison and set him straight, huh?
We're doing me now.
Kingpin cosplay, you say? I'll be Electra, you can be Daredevil. There's our Halloween special.
There you go. Again, I don't know, for Halloween, and then there's another convention in December. I'm like, should I pull the trigger on that Mr. Knight cosplay I've seen?
Don't be a follower, be a leader, Phil.
Although, hey, man, yeah, oh yeah, Daredevil, man, setting the trend, man. Hey, what, you didn't hear about that show that's coming in 2024?
Exactly.
All right, I'm sure Lilith loved the scene with Karen, Matt and Karen.
You know, she is pretty tolerable. I will give that to Gigi. Tolerable. I just don't like her as on a principle at this point. Like, I love old Karen, like from the original stuff.
Yeah.
She was like more competent. Like, she is not very competent in modern era, and it burns my buns, bro.
Yeah, she just lays around in current. She's
I
dead.
mean, with all the evolution of Mary Jane, Karen has been a de-evolution, and you know who we have to thank for that. Oh, what a kill for!
Exactly. I was going to say, page 13. Do we need to remind her she's a porn star? Or it was?
I mean, that's tame compared to some other stuff. So.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've been desensitized.
I mean, yeah, but at this point, yeah, they're not back together yet, you know, because Anne had broken them up, and it's like we hadn't seen her until DG comes back, and it's, you know, brings her back. And I like here where it's basically, you know, she's just basically a foil to talk about this case and stuff.
Yeah.
Although why we didn't use Foggy, I don't know.
I mean, this era of Foggy too has his issues, so it's kind of like, you know, pick your poison at that point. And Karen's more contentious, and it's more of a visceral reaction at this point, I think.
Yeah.
And we'll ask him about it for sure. Like, nobody wanted to touch Karen with a 10-foot pole, but yet here you are.
You brought her back.
I think she's interesting. It's just, you know, you have to have a light touch with Karen.
Yeah, and again, it's like at this point, it's like I don't think you had a ton of choices for love interest. You know, supposedly Elektra's dead.
It's better than doing. I mean, he could have gone the route that a lot of people do and just get a shekel, make a new character. So I appreciate the restraint.
Exactly.
like looking at modern comics, I appreciate the restraint, good sir.
Could have dated one of Captain America's exes. He has at least 2 lawyers on the
exactly
list. Bernie.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't care what Kevin Feige says. He saved all his love for Bernie. I don't care. That's my headcanon. You can't take it away from me. She's the best.
What, Diamondback on sloppy seconds?
I mean, Bernie's more down to earth. Like, it just, for me, it just makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were living in the same apartment building. I get you.
You know, a little late night stuff, boy.
So then we actually get in court.
Like, how long has it been since we've seen him in a court? Where he wasn't on trial.
Well, in this era, he didn't get his law license back until like 300.
Exactly,
so
that's what I mean. It's just like,
that is the thing. It's like, you know, he loses it, you know, in Born Again, which is like, you know, in the 220s.
Which is what Marvel said. We're not doing another law drama. We're just gonna tell you that right now.
I know.
Get your hopes up.
I mean, he helped run that law clinic and stuff, but I mean, he officially wasn't a lawyer for like almost like 60 some issues, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, not that it really affected his character. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it
really
made him better. Honestly, losing his law license made him better. Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
You don't need a law license to go on an ayahuasca trip.
Exactly.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I mean, like, honestly though, I just, that's my headcanon. That whole time stuff was going on in New York. Nope, that's just Matt on an ayahuasca trip. That never happened.
Does this prosecutor look like Tatiana Maslany to you?
She does have every woman's face, though, to be fair.
Let's just say the curly hair. She's wearing a green suit. that visionary.
As long as she's not wearing a purple suit, it's fine.
That visionary. That seer. DG Chichester. Did he call it in 1993?
He was like, it would be fun.
She-Hulk, yeah.
But then they were like, no. But he's like, all right, the picture's already drawn, so we just won't mention it.
And Stan Lee in his alliteration, Matthew M. Murdoch. Yes, remember, kids, the M stands for
Triple
Michael.
M cubed, if you will.
So I love how it's like, oh yeah, does this girl have any defense? And she's like, no. And then Matt swoops in to be the defense attorney. But it's like, they have to give you a lawyer, right? Even if it's a crappy one, right?
Well, you really don't want listen, no tea, no shade to public defenders. Listen, my best friend, she is a pro bono lawyer. She had to do public defending, but yeah, their office is in the same office as the prosecutors in most places. They know each other, and it's in their best interest for their career to make you take a deal. So no, you shouldn't get a public defender if you can afford an actual defense attorney. That's just the way of American justice. I'm sorry, but yeah.
But just the look here, where she has no lawyer. Doesn't that make you look extra guilty if you're sitting there accused and you have no lawyer and you're like this teenage girl?
Sometimes public defenders' logs are so deep that they miss your first appearance and stuff like that as well. So, like, if you don't have money and you're on that, yeah, it's up to them to come find you sometimes. So yeah, yeah.
But no. Speaking of that, yeah, we get the scene with Daredevil and Video Vincenzo. No, speaking of pro bono, this is the material that taught me. This is the material that taught me the term pro bono in 1993.
Aww.
Yep.
I think what was that Nicolas Cage movie with Tia Leone, The Family Man? That's the movie that taught me pro bono.
Hey,
that's where I get the joke. Lawyers do it for free. You're not getting paid for that. Listen, if you've never seen that movie, it's got Don Cheadle in it too. Please go watch that.
Tia Leone taught a lot of boys pro bono.
F in the chat for her career. Whatever happened to Tia Leone?
Was it hooking up with David Duchovny?
Ooh, yeah, he is a career killer. If you know, you know.
But yeah, so what video in exchange for telling Daredevil what happened that night, he's like, yeah, let me get some video of me punching you out, and he doesn't tell me he loaded his fist with a roll of quarters.
It could have been worse. It could have been a sock full of hot nickels. Homie, don't play that. Boom, boom.
Couple pool balls in a sock.
Trust me, hot nickels. Google it if you know, you know.
Wow. So yeah, basically it's his turn of his side of things. Yeah, the teenagers are talking and basically got a loan shark and an arsonist there that night.
That's too obvious.
I know. Basically,
all the pizza joints in all the world, she had to come walk into mine.
The loan shark threatening them, and then the arsonist just like, oh hey, yeah, I can take care of your problems, yeah.
Just another night in New York City.
And maybe this is around the time. I mean, it was before that I fell in love with this Daredevil, but just moments like this where while they're talking, you'd see him just like loading the quarters back into his fist, and he's like, hey, oh Video, you forgot your quarters, and punches him in the face with those quarters. I'm like, my petty lord.
I'm starting to see a trend.
Punches him, and then Video smacks that camera, breaking it against the wall. So, and then our petty lord leaps off the roof backwards and is like, pro bono. Oh, and then this scene with Charlie. I love this. Oh, you love this car, eh? Does he threaten a loved one? Yes, his car.
Relatable.
He catches the dude's cigarette. He's like, tell me a good story. I'm gonna burn your car. So yeah, we again get Charlie's side of events. Because
Not that Charlie.
No, because he was the loan shark. And he's like, no. He's like, I didn't burn the place down. He's like, you want someone for arson? Go see the arsonist. Benny the Torch.
Yikes.
Yeah, flame on, seize.
Oh no, yous guys.
I'm surprised DG didn't throw in some joke like that. Do what you gotta do.
Just needed a baloney DeFalco factory. That's all.
Exactly.
Oh man, it's kind of off the chain on our next one.
So the issue ends with Mary, the teenage girl, visiting her boyfriend's grave, and Matt's like, swearing to put this right.
Oh, it's serious when they go visit the grave. If Batman's taught us anything, kids, somebody's getting revenge.
Again, man.
Somebody's becoming a mentally damaged narcissist.
Are you a true superhero if you don't swear vengeance over someone's grave? Floating heads of guilt and all.
Oh, shout out to She-Hulk for doing their remix of "With Great Power Comes Great Responsibility" speech.
Yes.
Love that for us. I was just like, not gonna say it. Okay.
Oh my god. What version is that, Lilith Hellfire, when she says, I have to keep myself from murdering mansplaining men every day?
Yep, relatable.
We're doing me now.
It might be a little woke feminism for some people, but I want to let you know the women in your life probably hate you.
I was gonna
say hate you with a seething rage underneath.
I mean, I'm not a woman, but even listening to that, I was like, I didn't think woke. I thought, okay, this sounds like it tracks. Like it sounds like it tracks. I can see Lilith Hellfire vigorously.
She went to law school at UCLA. If you didn't know, if you can't gather that from the background, so that's enough to drive anyone crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you grew up in California. Does that track?
Yeah, it tracks. It tracks everywhere, not just California.
Oh yeah. No, like I said, I figured.
Well, it might piss some people off, but it's true. And then all the nerd boys go, well, actually, She-Hulk. Exactly.
This new woke Hulk, yeah, she's been around since 1980, dude.
You mean capitalistic cash grab? I'll give you that.
Well, yeah, they wanted to tie up the rights, and no one used the female version of Hulk.
That's the biggest criticism that I have of She-Hulk, and that's it.
But I mean, then you can make the argument if they didn't do anything with her. But I mean, how much?
Yeah, I'm glad they did do something with her, and what they did with it for the most part is pretty cool, except for that one weird issue we covered where she was decapitated and got a pie in the face.
Hey-o.
Working out your issues, I get it.
Well, that's Sean Byrne. So
exactly. Slot did some weird stuff too, and we'll probably get to it in the TV show.
I mean, there was the good stuff and not so good stuff, but I think even more than like Jessica Drew, it's like it seems like She-Hulk. She's been in comics pretty consistently since her debut.
Yeah, but they're very short runs for the most part.
I know, but even like when she loses like her own book, like then she went to the Avengers, then she went to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good era of Fantastic Four, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
honestly, I don't like. I'm a fan, but like I don't mind when they change up the Fantastic Four team, except for when it's like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Hulk.
Yeah.
That I don't enjoy specifically, but
yeah, I think that She-Hulk that made the most sense.
She's a very versatile character.
Yeah, and it made the most sense. It's like, Ben Grimm was looking for someone to replace his power set. That makes sense. And it's like, now you inject another woman on there,
Exactly.
Now it's like 50-50. It makes sense. She's not going to run off the left ferry to get her $200.
Exactly. I just love the fact that I'm pretty sure Luke Cage was the only person getting paid on Defenders. and Reed was just like, this doesn't pay. Who are you, Spider-Man? Are you broke, sir? Yes, I am. Now give me my money, you damn nerd.
All right, this cover for 313 is very misleading, and I'm sure DG will tell us he had nothing to do with it.
He disavows all knowledge.
That's basically like a guy standing in the background saying, "Go to places, Daredevil, ha ha ha." And it's just like, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So it's so cold it burns.
Exactly. And again, it's like, once we've, at the end of this issue, we'll find out who's behind that artist. And they didn't want it Daredevil anywhere near this. It's like,
yeah. Which is funny. It just reminds me of the movie where he sets on.
what?
In the Daredevil movie where he lights his little initials on fire.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I mean, he is a drama queen, but still.
The Crow, anyone?
Exactly. Oh, they were so trying to chant. We'll get into it when we discuss the movie for its anniversary.
Oh yes, next year, kids. Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Do you think maybe should we do that January so that like sits there all year?
I wanted to do it on its anniversary, but
okay,
okay. January, that's fine.
No. What month was that?
I want to say it's August, but let me just double check.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if we should do it early in the year.
Yeah, I know it was in the summer. So.
Okay. I can't remember. Was it in the summer? I thought it was like earlier, like February or March, but I can't remember. Again, was that 2003? I can't.
Yeah.
It's only 19. It's only 19 years ago. Everyone's Googling now, kids.
Yeah. Don't mind me. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Okay. But yeah, no, this issue opens up with Benny the Torch on a job, and Daredevil just
Oh, you're right. February 14th. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was early. I didn't think it was summer.
Was that Elektra that came out in the summer then?
Maybe. Was that the same year?
Was it? I don't know.
It was either it was
Elektra,
pretty close.
I can't even stay awake for it. So.
I know. The only time I've stayed
2005?
Oh, it was 2 whole years? It didn't seem like that was that long after, but
well, we very rarely got superhero movies back then.
Yeah, true.
We were working with Blade, Raimi's Spider-Man, this, and X-Men.
Yeah, basically. And again, I didn't even see the Elektra in theaters. Thank God I would have fell asleep. Yeah, our superhero movie brackets, that was the first time I've ever stayed awake through Elektra.
Out of necessity.
I know, I'm just like...
Well, it's the first time I ever finished the Green Lantern movie, I'll tell you that.
It's like I had pulp in my eye. Get it back!
There may or may not have been 3 monsters involved to watch Elektra and Green Lantern back to back. Just hopped up on caffeine. When's it over? My skin's on fire.
Oh, look at this ad for the Game Genie. I had that.
I had a Game Genie because I cheat. I love mods. I'm not even gonna hold you. I love mods. My Sims 4 game is so packed with mods.
Oh, I loved codes.
Yes.
Hey, Silver Surfer game. I'm invincible. Okay, let's fly through this thing real quick.
Kids today have no idea with their fancy little custom-made mods.
Exactly.
We had to get a physical thing.
I love that I was invincible in that Silver Surfer game because at the end you get
It was so hard.
You literally blast Mephisto in the face. I love it.
I need that as a drop.
Hey. But no, I'd like the art here. When he's going to get Benny the Torch, so you get like Daredevil in the flames and stuff.
Yes. What's this 30th anniversary thing down in the corner?
What? Spider-Man 30th anniversary. Yeah.
30 years? Jesus, I felt old now.
In 92, yeah, so we've now doubled that little part.
I know. lived long enough. I can check. I was trying to make it to 2069, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
We are now as far from 1992 as 1992 was from Spider-Man's first appearance. So
yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't like this.
So yeah, so the building's falling apart around them.
Fire! Woo, 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 woo.
And Benny actually catches fire, so Daredevil wants to pull him out, and
Like, what are you doing, hothead?
it's basically like, what are you doing? I gotta beat the flames off. Punch
You
him.
have to use so much force.
No, I think an open hand will work better than a closed hand.
Who is he, Will Smith?
But no, it's like, this Daredevil saves everyone. This ain't no Christian Bale Batman.
Ooh, yeah. Speaking of stuff that's aged poorly.
Oh,
Yeesh.
what, Christian Bale Batman?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I'm not
good
gonna jump on
for
that
you.
bandwagon of hating that movie. It did so much for superhero movies. It did almost as much as Blade did. It did as much as for DC as Blade did for Marvel. So
Oh yeah.
for better or for worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good for you.
And again, it looks, it looks like the greatest movie of all time compared to the Batman movie that came before it.
Well, all three.
What?
What?
Well, Batman Begins, compared to Batman and Robin, looks like.
And yeah, like I said, all three movies before it. Yeah, I didn't stutter. I have an appreciation for 89 now, but as a kid, I was like, this is not what I want out of it.
I know it's not the best, but I'm still watching.
I've just lost my appreciation for Tim Burton as well.
Oh yeah, I was still watching Batman Returns the other day, and
Now the sequel, I don't even know. Like, that was way too creepy. That was too much.
I love they tried to sell Happy Meal toys on that thing.
Not try. They did, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
And they wonder why us millennials are freaking traumatized.
Just the P I was looking for. Oh, we're gonna sell Happy Meal.
Let's just all be thankful that Johnny Depp wasn't Batman and Helena Bonham Carter wasn't Catwoman at that point. Let's just all be thankful for that. There is a universe somewhere where that happened, my friend.
Hey, at least they gave us Paul Rubens as Penguin's dad, which they brought back in Goth.
I know. That's the only thing that made sense of the whole damn movie. That movie is chaotic.
And he was on there for what, maybe 2 minutes in the beginning. I love this fancy man, just setting off that fire alarm with his billy club.
I'd love to be that good with a billy club.
Hey-oh. I know,
man.
man.
A lot of practice.
Wow. I love that radar sense. That's probably what get part of the perfect aim there.
Yeah, that's why Bullseye's jealous.
Stick envy.
That works on so many levels.
So yeah, all the emergency people show up, and it's like, yeah, Benny the Torch is gonna live, but he ain't talking. He's on a mess of painkillers. So Batman, or I just said Batman, Daredevil.
Sorry, Ray. Phil's got Bruce on the brain.
Sorry, I don't want to get you too excited, Ray.
Batman, my favorite character.
Over 44 minutes in, Ray thought he was so close. He was like, yes! Oh.
Sorry, I said your favorite character instead of Daredevil, Ray.
Go ahead, throw it in.
You better bleep that out, sir.
I don't know. That call more attention to it because if I bleep it, he's gonna know what I said.
That's what makes it so great.
Twist that knife, Lil. So yeah, Daredevil's talking to the fire captain. And then here we go, page 12. Him and Foggy are going over that evidence again. Boy, think how much more smoothly this process would go if he knew you were Daredevil. But alas, another 30-some issues.
The build-up was good, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad he never went back on that.
I'm sure people wanted him to.
You think, I thought, well, I believe Mr. Jam DeMatteis did that, but I'm like, do you think they were just like, he's dropped that secret on every girlfriend he's pretty much had. It's like, so it's about time he just like shared it with his best friend.
I mean, we all knew, but
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're not discreet at all. So
Exactly.
He's not. He's reckless.
I know. He thinks he's discreet, but he's not. Look what they're eating. Pizza.
Is this the issue with the pinup in it?
Which pinup?
Mine's missing.
Oh, at the end we get a Prowler pinup.
Yeah, mine's missing. Where's it?
What? Was it ripped out?
Yeah, I probably ripped it out when I was a kid.
Oh, you wanted. I was gonna say, did you buy one where someone was just like they wanted a Prowler pinup? But yeah, because I was advertising because I guess Scott McDaniel worked on a Prowler miniseries.
Oh, okay.
See, why couldn't they advertise this Daredevil book at this time and other people's stuff? Come on.
Meanwhile, Daredevil got no freaking traction.
I mean, that's what Chichester said. He's like, he basically had to pay for his own promotion at one point.
That's insane.
I know, especially consider now, how big Daredevil is. It's like, really? Once again, 1993, man. If you weren't Spider-Man or the X-Men or the Punisher. Oh my God.
Or Ghost Rider.
Yes, but imagine a world, kids, where the Punisher had 3 ongoing books?
Yeah, we lived in that world, bro.
It was either 2 or 3. Yes, every month, kids. Punisher got 2 to 3 ongoing monthly books.
That fizzled hard, though.
Oh yeah. Once it crashed hard, but
wow.
But there was at least a handful of years there, where multiple times a month you got Frank, yeah.
If I ever went back in time, I don't know that I'd save Marvel. I don't know. I'd be like, bro, just hold on to your rights just a little bit long. No, go ahead, sell it.
Again, Daredevil.
Sell it to this upstart called Amazon.
Punisher was getting more monthly books than Daredevil. Do we only have Hulk, Fantastic Four?
I mean, Hulk only ever needed one book. Let's be honest.
Hulk only need one book.
You only need to be smashed once a month. Hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
Feel free to send that over to Justin.
Now, Jen, on the other hand.
Exactly.
So now, Daredevil's back at the fire station, and it's basically like, oh yeah, the job at the pizzeria was such an amateur job. It couldn't have been Benny the Torch. But then he goes to talk. But then Matt Murdock, attorney at law, goes to talk to the owners of the pizzeria, this old couple. Oh, there's the dog.
Yes.
And the husband's like, talking about the dog Corky, who grew up there. He watched over it every day of his life. And Matt's like, every day and every night.
The dog knows.
I love how Matt's petting the dog. He's like, that doesn't smell like fire to me. And then I believe he finds the picture that was missing from the pizzeria.
What's this?
That picture of the wife's parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but why would you hang a picture of your parents in your business?
Lots of people do it. Especially, obviously, you've never been to a New York pizzeria, bro.
I guess, but it's like if you looked at those walls, they had celebrities up on that wall. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, maybe not on that wall, but in the back next to your first dollar you ever made, stuff like that. Yeah, if you've ever been to a New York pizzeria, you know.
Yeah, I know, but
it's authentic.
Maybe it's just the art, but when Daredevil's searching, it kind of looks like they were hanging there in the middle of Spider-Man and Jay Leno. It's just like.
Well, and if you love your I'm just saying, it happens.
That's true. That's true. But I love how Matt's like, see, here's where the.
Well, if they're a pizza place, I'm just assuming they're Italian. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. True. I love him play. Well, again, this is the thing of him playing up the blind man routine. It's like, oh, can I have a glass of water? And then that's where he finds the picture and everything.
These pretzels sure are making me thirsty. Mark your bingo cards, kids.
Who put cookies in his mouth? Oh my God, Elaine sleeping with that old guy. Lil's Hellfire's like, I cannot feel that energy at all.
Yeah, I reject that energy. Yuck.
Even Jerry's like, would he date a woman that old? She would have to be very
Listen, she pops out the dentures. It's all good, bro.
Oh, okay.
No offense, Phil. I find most men disgusting, so.
Well, I knew that.
Most men are disgusting, so, I'm just saying.
Popping out the teeth.
Is that a sentient tongue? Sentient gums.
Oh!
Get ready for the Salty and Petty show coming in January, where the humor is crass.
Oh my God, I should cut out that clip of you just saying I find most men disgusting just to play it for Justin. Him like, I hear you, sister.
Well, that escalated quickly.
I want that to be my number one drop.
Superior puss.
Oh my God, no. It would take more work on my part, but find the best Lilith Hellfire clip of the week, and then every episode of Salty and Petty just play. It's like previously, and it's just like I find all men.
Context dropped this out of context.
I find most men absolutely disgusting. Oh, but come in.
No, not you. I said most.
I know. I didn't say me. I'm just saying,
If it doesn't apply, let it fly.
I find most men disgusting, but oh hey, I still want you all to listen. Come on.
Well.
Whoa.
I kid.
And then we're back to threatening Charlie. This time he's going to drop an engine block on his car.
Not the car. We love the car.
Everyone has their thing in this issue. A dog or a car.
Or
Basically,
in Matt's case, daddy issues.
And again, it's just like, Charlie's like, oh yeah, they were in debt to me big. Oh, and then he checks out the pet kennel. Yes, that dog was locked up that night.
Boo.
Well, it's better than death, Lil Hellfire. I'm like, why didn't they just keep that dog in the apartment? But maybe it's so the neighbors didn't get suspicious. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, then Matt's talking to Lisa again, basically like, you gotta confess, and then once again we see what happened that night because Matt's like, I know you don't want to tell your mother, but tell your mother because, okay, Lil Hellfire does not feel this energy, but yes, Lisa's pregnant. It did. I know it didn't happen in the pizzeria, but she got that pepperoni.
Macaroni.
Well, so yeah, we see the whole thing, how they ran in the bathroom and then the fire started. They couldn't get out. And Marky died. And then the issue ends with Daredevil goes to see the owners and it's like, I know it was you. I know you burned it for the insurance money. I love how he just like hits their mailbox with that billy club's like, don't you even. So I guess, does he not turn them in? Because
it must be Christmas and he's Spider-Man.
Well, it's not Christmas though because he burns that check.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I ain't gonna take you in, but
here you go. Money either.
He burns the check. Yes. Maybe I guess maybe there wasn't enough physical evidence because like even Lisa didn't see them set the fire. So
and that's how it goes in Hell's Kitchen.
But I love it's just like, yep, you ain't getting this money. My petty lord.
I mean, the girl could have used it for the baby, but you know. The girl could have used it for the baby, but you know, whatever.
Haha. All right, so what did you think, Lil?
That's a fun little mystery. I love a little arson story. I do. Those are good.
I know.
Like if you're actually really into arson stories, you know they actually have the most twists and turns, like in real life, especially. Because like there's the serial arsonist. Sure, you got that. Or you got the people that want to burn it down for the money. There's that. But sometimes it's just an electrical fire. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, there's just always so many twists and turns in an actual arson investigation. So
I know. And again, it's like, it's hard sometimes.
And serial arsonists there's actually a lot of them. And they're very hard to catch.
Oh, yeah, because you're burning the physical evidence.
Exactly.
But yeah, I can't wait to talk to that madman about this next month.
But like, what file inspired this story? I don't know.
I guarantee you he had clippings and magazines where it's like, there was,
He's like, no, my favorite pizzeria burned down.
Oh, maybe. See, because I was going the route where it's like he probably read something where it's like there's however many arsons in New York every year.
Exactly. And wouldn't it be funny? He's like, no, actually, funny story is my favorite pizzeria burned down. And that's what inspired the story.
Yeah, me and my old movie school buddy Video Vincenzo went there every Saturday. Oh, I hope there's some kind of personal story there.
We're gonna start out. Okay, so Lilith and I have this bet. Was it a clipping or was it a personal story that inspired this?
Exactly. Could be a little both. If he had all that material on it.
Yeah.
All right, you want to talk about the new one?
Yeah, let's do it. It's serviceable.
Number 2/650. I know, legacy number.
Although, shout out to the next issue, 314 in this one. I like that cover.
Oh,
treatment.
We can get to that one. Then yes, that's a. I wouldn't say
interesting dream of Electra you had there, bud.
Hell. Oh please, don't act like you were above that as a teenager.
Oh, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. It's relatable content.
And there's a new version of it's not Mr. Fear, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get that someday.
Okay, cool.
Especially we'll have to talk that with Chichester. Oh, talk that with Chichester too. So begin with this wet dream.
I feel like that's Matt's every day, every night kind of thing.
Hail. And again, I think Chichester even said, that was kind of thrown in because they kept playing with the idea of bringing Elektra back.
Yeah.
But speaking of Elektra,
exactly.
Although, I mean, this is the second issue, and we haven't got a ton of Elektra.
She's off busy cleaning up somebody else's mess.
Well, Savage Avengers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope, maybe after the whole hand thing, maybe she'll get her own book.
I hope so. I mean, that's what I feel like they were prepping us for, and now they're kind of like scared to pull the trigger or something. It's weird.
Again, I just wonder if it's going to be at the end of the hand stuff. She'll go off and have her. It'll break up Matt and Elektra. She'll go off to have her own book. He'll put on that yellow suit.
Well, listen, it's not like Daredevil and Elektra are ever going to get married. That's just not their relationship. That's not their end game. So
it's always hit and run.
Exactly, quite literally sometimes, but it's none of my business.
We're on both sides, it's not just he ain't taking advantage of
her. Honestly, let's be real.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at that Elektra, that Woman Without Fear miniseries. Was that issue 1 where she's just like, yeah, I got what I came for.
Exactly, relatable content.
Or she'll just Doom in the middle of a lake or something. All right, so yeah, what did you think about this whole thing with this guy's basically claims he's been pulling the strings on Matt for years.
Not hard to do. He's an idiot.
I know.
But there's something behind that, obviously. It's just issue 2.
Yeah, well, because he says like a voice talks to him, so I wonder.
Mephisto.
Oh, oh.
Instantly. I mean, that's my gut reaction anytime, honestly.
Or could it have been Mike Murdoch with that Infinity Stone?
Ooh, but I thought we were done with that. But
I
if
know.
so,
Well,
and
maybe
like
what?
shout out to them for more restraint for this only being a $5.99 book. By the way, I have to like give credit where credit is due. This could
Yeah.
have been this could have been a $10 book. They could have
Yeah, that's true. But is it just like, oh, hey, it's not Spider-Man?
Exactly. But they could have tried it, and I think people would have bought it at $9.99. I mean, if they gave it the $9.99 treatment.
Yeah. And again, I mean, we get some pinups in it, but it's like most of this is just like pretty much
Actual story. Yeah.
one big story. Yeah, there wasn't like backups. There was that what, like, one page little the mini marvels, but besides that, it's pretty much one story.
I was shocked. I was expecting something different, but I like I said, I don't feel like we need to do that for every 50.
Yeah, no, we got
every 100. Yeah, sure, but every 50, that's a bit much.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got one extra size story. We got one page of mini marvels. Then you basically just got that cover gallery.
Yeah. They did come out with the variants, so.
I was gonna say, how many covers did you get, Love Hellfire?
I only got 3.
Only 3? Okay.
Yeah.
I just got the one, but I might, if I see a nice enough one, I might get another one.
I'll probably try to find the 1 in 25 variant or whatever. My guy usually has it like a week after.
Oh, you know what my guy does? Well, like when they do that, and like he doesn't want it. 1 in 25 is not bad, but if they have like a 1 in 100 or something, and he don't want to order 100 books of that title, like him and the guy down the street, they'll like order books together.
Oh, that's nice.
And like split it. And it's just like, oh yeah, I'll take the 1 in 100 this time. You take the 1 in 100 next time or whatever.
Oh, that's so cute. Small businesses working together. That's so
capitalism, baby.
Exactly.
It's like,
although at that point, it's socialism, but that's none of my business.
I know, but you're trying to get one over on us, Marvel. Haha. Yeah, because they seem to have like a pretty good system going. Because I know I went in there the one time and he didn't have something. He's like, oh yeah, let me call Roy down the street, and it, Aww. And Roy didn't have it either.
Aw.
That's right, kids. Go see Elvin at Infinity Comics.
Or if you're in Florida, you can go to either Yancey Street Comics.
And I should have been like, wait, you don't have that issue? Well, you're not exactly Infinity.
Oh, are you part of DC's products?
Oh,
Finite Comics, you say?
But yeah, I mean, this figure just, he's saying, oh yeah, I was there when Elektra's father was killed.
Oh, don't let her hear you say that.
Basically got some trigger happy cops to open fire. I'm trying to remember, was it always like an accidental shooting by the cops, or was it actually like the hostage takers that shot her father?
I thought it was the hostage takers.
That's what I thought. So maybe we're retconning?
Well, what's new?
What?
What's new?
True.
Actually, what's a Daredevil story without a little retconning? Am I right?
True.
Like, how many times we've had major retcons, so...
And spoilers, kids, Kristen McDuffie lived through that train now.
Shenanigans, but whatever. Yeah. Shenanigans!
And I forget what part, but doesn't he say something about, he says something about, like a last thing with Kristen, because it's like, he's like, before I marry Elektra.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you know what that, that's a ceremonial, that's an arranged marriage for,
Yeah.
Take control of that hand. Hell.
Yeah. It's giving Arrow. It's giving Oliver and Nessa.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's what's gonna kill the romance and an arranged marriage.
I mean, they say nothing kills sex faster than marriage, so I can only imagine arranged marriage even more so.
Whoa!
It's what they said.
That's why Lilith will never get married.
Exactly.
That's why Lilith has That's why
I don't
Lilith.
need anybody. I don't need a.
That's why Lilith has turned down proposals.
Yeah, I don't believe in social contracts. I'm good.
Lilith believes in good sex. Sale.
Exactly.
You know how duck penises work, right?
I mean, ask those maniacs over there.
Whack!
World.
Tuck penises and knees.
I don't think they have any over there.
Whoa!
Knees, that is knees.
Does Russell like it long? Does Russell
likes
like
it
hard?
quacked up.
There's your promotion, Russell.
Suck it, Russell.
Gave up to me.
Dear Arby's.
Heck
yes,
yeah.
I expect my Arby's sponsorship when I come back from my vacation, Phil. So
I'll try.
Or Grinder or Tinder, either or.
Oh my god, can you imagine if Justin got us Grindr? Oh my god. I forgot we did get a backup in this, that four-page Innocenti story.
Good to see her back.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, really? You only give her 4 pages?
Oh, maybe that's all she wanted.
Maybe.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
But see, I would have paid the $10 if they would have been like, oh, here's a backup by Ann, here's a backup by DG.
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
Exactly.
You know, if they would have announced that, I would have been like, dear sir, can you put our names in that story? You know, it would have been Daredevil saving some young couple named Phil and Lilith from something. Hey, I will never give up that cause. I mean, hell, Ray showed up in Moon Knight 200. Okay.
When will it be our turn?
Exactly. All I'm asking is my name, something. Oh my god, you see this ad? Carnage in Hell, Carnage number 6.
Oh, I did.
The King of Hell, that tracks.
Exactly.
All right, so what did you think of 650 Lilith? Serviceable?
Serviceable. It's nothing too exciting or groundbreaking.
We'll
Which
get
is just issue 2. I get it.
Yeah, issue 2.
But I mean, I'm still just annoyed that we renumbered. That's all.
I know.
That's my only annoyance.
Oh, and speaking of renumbering and tearing someone's life down, yes, Iron Man number 1 is coming in December, kids.
Well, that needs to be redone. So.
You know what?
I mean, no shade to the current Iron Man writers. Like I said, I don't think I've been out of Iron Man for 100 issues.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like the internet was calling it out because they're modern comics, they're pretty much treating Tony Stark like Matt Murdock now, where it's like, each writer has to be like, well, here's how I tear his life down. Well, here's how I F him up,
Yeah, and honestly, we've been doing that for decades at this point. I just want some stability in my Iron Man.
Give me something different,
Yeah. And not Teenage Iron Man.
And, because again, I mean, not to toot his horn, but it's like, look how Chichester did. He made him like a hero of the people. He didn't have to tear his life down. Even though he didn't fall from grace.
Tony will never be a hero of the people, so first and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
There's too much they can actually ever do with Tony, but...
Well, I mean, that's the thing you could do with Batman or Iron Man. It's just like, having to deal with the fact that it's like,
listen, this is the only time that I will say this about any character. MCU Iron Man greater than comic book Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So...
Definitely.
Maybe they need to work on that. That's the only character that I would agree with that they should more align to the MCU. Character.
I think while RDJ was in the movies, they tried to do that, and now it's like a weird thing where it's like he's kind of like a weird blend of they're trying to do the movie, the MCU Tony Stark, but it's like, but then guys are trying to put
he's not there anymore,
or they're trying to make classic Tony Stark or putting their own spin on it, and it's just like the hybrid is just weird.
Yeah, they need to go back to the drawing table.
Yeah.
Figure it out because it's just too many cooks in the kitchen at that point.
Yeah, and how many times
I need a chef. I need a master chef.
And how many times has he lost his fortune and regained it? It's like
exactly. And no more alcohol. I'm gonna just say that no more drugs and alcohol for him. I'm sick of that too.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, because Christopher Cantwell. Yeah, now
Yeah.
he was addicted to morphine. I'm like, really?
Yeah, exactly. Pissed me off.
Again,
I'm
addictive
a
personality.
huge Iron Man fan, so it's just like it's such a shame.
I get you.
And the fact that he like basically revived he saved the MCU after the Hulk disaster, and this is the thanks he gets.
I know. But again, back in the 90s, Avengers, Iron Man, they weren't top sellers.
I know. I'm an X-Men fan. I know, babes. I'm a Spider-Man fan. I know what killed classic Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, we need a truly great Iron Man story. Again, I love the character, but we need something. Hopefully, Jerry Dugan gives us something good.
I know he will. I trust you, Jerry. I'm excited for that.
And again, I guess over the years, I just keep telling myself, well, it could be worse. Teen Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want Teen Iron Man. I want that stricken from the record, honestly. I don't want any future writers any idea.
They kind of did after Heroes Reborn, because it's kind of like he came back and they kind of integrated every version of Tony Stark, and he's like, I have all their memories, but they're kind of getting fuzzy.
It's giving Absorbing Man, okay?
Again, they did the same thing to them almost that they did to Steve Rogers. He's like, they integrated all his versions, and they're like, he's like, I remember it all, but it's getting kind of fuzzy. I'm not going to remember it soon. Yeah. Heroes Reborn, half those people came back and like, I don't remember a damn thing that happened.
And neither do we.
I wish.
Bro, I skipped a lot of that stuff. Like, this is just tragic.
I was a year of that. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting this actual arc off the ground. I just feel like we were spinning our wheels for this 650 thing, and
yeah,
I feel like next couple issues are gonna get better.
Yeah, now that that's out of the way, we should be hopefully getting down to the story moving a little quicker.
Yeah, I just want to see what he gets into next. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see something that we haven't seen from Daredevil either ever or in a really long time.
Yeah. And again, it's always entertaining, but it's like, how about we maybe after this storyline, maybe try to steer away from Hand and Ninjas for a while?
I mean, and we kind of did with the whole prison arc and stuff. And that
but
cool.
Then they always wander back, like Shadowland and...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, how long did we go before that stuff even came up in Daredevil? You know what I mean?
Frank Miller.
Let's go back to basics.
Yeah.
Let's go back to basics. I mean, I think Matt needs a personality reboot, personally.
Yeah. After this,
he needs to go on like a meditation retreat, do some ayahuasca in the upstate New York, maybe.
I don't know. Just stay away from the ninjas for a while. Again, punch some regular supervillains in the face. Let's get some law.
You want to bring back Bullseye? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, definitely. It's always great to see him get punched in the face. No, and get some like courtroom drama again. And
I don't know. I don't know if this era of Daredevil even deserves courtroom drama.
Yeah, but it's like, how long since we've actually done proper courtroom drama in this book?
Especially since they're not. It doesn't seem like they're going to be focusing on it in the TV show. I doubt we're going to get it in the comic book.
Oh, you don't think they're going to do it in the TV show?
Well, it's Born Again.
Yeah, but they kind of did Born Again on the Netflix series, so it's like
they're going to do it better because it's Disney.
I know, but I'm just wondering if it's going to be like an Infinity War where it's just like they use the name, but it's...
Oh, they better not, because I did not like their take. Listen, I didn't really like the Netflix take on Daredevil. I didn't.
I mean,
Season one's good, but all the other seasons are
really it was all right, but they really
and it gave us Punisher. Punisher was a superior story, but also not very close to the comic books.
It was all right, but they really didn't stick the
well, they were too busy trying to build the Defenders.
Yeah, true.
So it's a whole thing. Netflix's Daredevil has, a double-edged sword. So.
That's why I can't wait for good Daredevil. Yeah, because anytime you bring up anything about that Netflix show, but what about that hallway fight?
Arrow did one too, and it was better. I said it, and remember, these hands are rated E for everyone
on a CW budget.
Exactly. On a CW post-season 2 budget. So that tells you everything you need to know.
And again, it's like, they wanted to show how realistic it was, and him getting his ass beat half the time. But it's like, no, that's not what we're here for. We're here for Daredevil to be dancing around these punks, Yeah,
it's not self-flagellation. He's supposed to actually be kicking their asses. Yeah.
Hey-o.
Exactly. But yeah, no. I mean, plenty to look forward to in the oh god. I'm not reviewing that Netflix Daredevil, so don't even get any ideas.
Okay, that's
Charlie
fine.
already did it. You can pull up the footage from that.
Hey-oh.
Him and Miles did it.
Exactly.
Because it was their show before.
What?
The Devil, that was their
Yes.
show. We took the title. We stole. We borrowed.
We stole it. All right. So anything else?
No. Oh, is that still on YouTube? By the way, did you ever put that up on YouTube? Because you could always probably just put that on a playlist on the Devil.
Oh, I could. I'll
just for traction and stuff.
I'll have to dig it. I don't know.
People will be looking for a recap.
True. I don't even know. I know it wasn't full stream ahead. I'm trying to remember.
It was actually The Devil You Know. Rob might have them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might even be on the Nuff Said feed. So yeah. I will look. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because people are looking for.
People will be pretty soon.
All right, kids. Well, as you probably know, Lilith is going on vacation in September, and so is this show. So, but never fear.
Never fear. Little subs are here.
You're still gonna get a vast load of content because yes, in September instead of your double dose of The Devil You Know, you'll be getting our 2-part Wonder Man special in that 90s Wonder Man series with myself, Sector 281.
Sausage Fest.
That's right. Sector 2814's Will Allred.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
Oh, Capes is gonna be all sausage, ain't it?
And also joining us for the Wonder Man, again, Justin the Owl Osgood, who's going to be all over these feeds in September.
Well, that escalated quickly.
And of course, 90s comics. Who do you think we summoned with this one?
Go ahead, throw it in.
That's right.
They managed to work around Ray's schedule to get him in on that.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you got me for one night. That's it.
Hey-oh.
The big finish.
Jazz hands.
So yes, it'll be a 4-part sausage fest for that 2-part Wonder Man special. So yes, we're going to split that whole series in half. Covered in 2.
There's the highs and the lows, and there's so many lows.
There's so many crossovers, man. Again, it's 90s. They had to hurdle over a couple crossovers, and then he was appearing in the West Coast Avengers. So yes, kids, we will talk some 90s goodness in September. But then when we come back in October, going forward for a while at least, we're just going to be doing one Devil You Know for once a month. So starting in October, well, at least for the rest of the year, we're going to do a run of some Daredevils because in October we'll cover Daredevil 352 through 354. November we'll cover 355 through 357. And then in December, Daredevil 358 through 360.
So close.
So close. Oh, we can get there. Don't worry.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry about it.
I believe Black Widow might be in 369, Lil.
That's what I was thinking.
Redheaded 69, Lil.
Or it might be 68. I don't know.
It might be both. I think she was in more than one.
Okay. It's always good to have another redhead pop up.
That's right. All right, kids. So yes. So send your thoughts on upcoming Daredevils. If you see him in She-Hulk, again, send your thoughts. Doing plenty of shows. I can read it somewhere. And again,
just pop it on the feed as a quick.
That's true. I can just tack it onto an episode. Yeah. And again, The Devil You Know will return in October. So stay tuned and send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find The Devil You Know, the Daredevil Podcast on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Daredevil fan group on Facebook. I believe we are over 1,000 members. So
the fans without fear. Come on.
Oh, nice. Although they all fear you. All right.
As you should.
That's
These
true.
Hands are rated E for everyone.
Damn. So yeah. So find links to all of that and all the various social medias we do for all our Marvel and DC shows. And keep you updated on Salty and Petty. And again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everything we do gets a video, even if it's interviews. Everything gets video. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of the devilly goodness.
Smash it.
And of course, please support the Patreon. We aren't corrupt lawyers, so.
We're not kingpins.
Oh! All right.
Not
So,
yet.
no. Oh. All right. I was gonna say I'll take the money, not the titties. Help us,
Nobody tell Russell.
help us support this show. And I'll say that for Charlie. Help us support this show. Every little bit counts, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including. Again, did you like these Daredevil issues? We talk to Mr. DG Chichester every month about one of his works.
I got the good
Picking
one
his
down for you
brain.
guys.
And we will talk to him about this in September, so stay tuned. And again, if that's not enough, because Lilith Hellfire loves torture, superhero movie brackets, we will find the worst superhero movie of all time. August episode
And
is
if I'm not satisfied, we may have to do it again in a couple of years. So
okay, a couple of years. I was gonna say, we ain't doing it next year.
Yeah, not next year. We got way too much to do.
Heyo, that's right. So yes, next the August episode, go check it. By the time this hits the podcast, it should be up. Hail League of Extraordinary Gentlemen versus Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For by that other
What to kill for?
by that other Daredevil writer. It's Miller time.
And Miller beer is disgusting. Suck it, Milwaukee.
I'm waiting for Charlie. Well,
Never trust a guy that drinks Miller, and never trust a girl that drinks Miller Lite. That's all I'll say for your life advice.
oh my. Unless they're drinking it in Capes and Lunatics or Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch.
Our cups are too good for Miller.
Okay.
I said it.
So find that all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Lilith Hellfire, if these kids need more life advice, where can they get a hold of you?
Oh, definitely. If you nerds need life advice via the interwebs, find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69, and of course on TikTok, making all of the comments and none of the content. But you can still message me if you follow me at Lilith Hellfire69.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done. Very hard, very tempting. Let me get a ride on your alligator back, bro.
What are we doing? Daredevil pickup line?
It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that. Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
Actually, I need to do a new drop for this one. That's true of billy clubs and penises.
Don't pour it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for Billy Clubs and Penis.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
44 episodes. We finally found our intro. Don't pour it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for Billy Clubs and Penis.
You son of a bitch, y'all, man. I'll send you that drop immediately.
Oh, nice. Nice. Oh.
I need that as a drop, please.
That's
a mouthful.
And remember, kids.
If you're not DG Chichester, you can't write ninjas.
Just saying.
Try to donkey punch me now, bitch.
He's into that.
What?
He's into that.
All right, kids. So, yes, remember, no Devil You Know in September, but we'll get your 2-part Wonder Man special.
A wonderful special to hold you over.
That's right. With the boys, Will Allred, Justin the Owl Osgood, and the sausage, the High Priest of Sausage himself, Ray. So you'll get your regular Sausage Fest with Ray and Dave at the end of the month, and you'll get the 2-part Wonder Man special. So get an extra Ray in September, kid. How are you getting extra of all the boys? Hey-oh. And remember, don't tell Lilith. Shh.
Yeah, I disavow all knowledge.
Lilith's like, I see nothing, I know nothing. Which is true. You'll hear this towards the end of August. She's already got that liquor cabinet stocked. That moving one. All right, kids, come back in October, because remember, it's better to be with the devil you know than the devil you don't.
We just really want to be your friends.
Fire!